Like, okay, Sharaad. Good morning and welcome to Good morning, I'm Sharaad Kuttan and welcome to BFM's Morning Headlines, where I talk to you about the front pages of this morning's papers. Now, I'm going to start with something that's sort of a left of field in terms of all the other papers, because the Sun has gone with this story, not the story about murder. So that's Singapore snub, and it basically has our anti-corruption agency accusing Singapore of not cooperating with it in trying to track down offenders. Now, some time ago, Global Witness, if you remember, there was a video that was produced by an organization kind of outing corruption in Sarawak. The people in that video mentioned Singapore as the place to put their money. The Singapore government, banks actually had to come out and sort of say, well, that's not the case. They're not the Switzerland of Asia, and they're not hiding, hot or illegal money. All the same, this seems to be a fact, and we hope that that situation changes. Thank you, Sun, for bringing up a very important concern. Now, this is another concern, and no, it's not about Shah Rukh Khan and John Abraham. It's about this. But basically, the people involved, the companies that are responsible for delays at KLIA2 are going to have their fine or the penalty delayed as well. So 2 delays. They didn't do their work. A penalty was imposed, but apparently, in order to make sure that the airport is completed as soon as possible, they're going to delay the imposition of that penalty. So, the Malaysian Reserves, the other business daily, I didn't find anything on their front page very interesting, so I'm going to put that aside. Now, most of the papers look at the murder of the Jabatan Agama Islam Pahang case, as well as the case of the capture of Ambang teller robber murderer. The Malay Mail tries to sex it up with the hunt for Joma. Now, Joma is the person, apparently the mastermind behind this 400,000 or so bank robbery. But he is away and is with the money, so the loot is not here. The other stories, of course, again, the newspapers like Sinar Harian carry the Jayep murder, rather tragic picture here of the family, the grieving family of the officer who died. Angkara siapa means, well, who's responsible? NST has pretty much the same headline. It's got wanted, and it outlines 2 of the major crime stories. Utusan Malaysia has the Arasara, which means ordered to surrender. But who is being asked to surrender? Well, it's these fellas. Rocker God. Now, this man is now being fingered for the murder. He and his group, and apparently he runs a bit odd sect. Now, this 31 followers that go along with him declared him God, but he is God 2013, Tuhan 2013, which means that he's only got a couple of weeks left before his godship terminates. So, again, they're not guilty, they're just suspects that the police have apprehended. Now, what's a bit nasty, and I think it appears on Sinar Harian, is that, again, an attempt to insinuate that somehow the Shia community as a whole is implicated in this murder. And that comes out right there. It says that the investigations are also going to be expanded to include the issue of the crackdown on the Shia communities. So there you have it. Berita Harian goes with a headline, interesting, deviant teachings might lead to militancy. But if you read carefully, this is a kind of side comment that was made by a senior ranking police officer. He didn't actually say this was happening. He was just saying it might happen, but this becomes headlines. So, not so great. Harian Metro again follows with all those major stories. Except, I guess, this one, Marsha Temui Cinta, which means Marsha finds love. She obviously has some problem with her neck. You see, if you look there, look carefully, she's got a problem with her neck. But anyway, people with neck problems still can find love. I do think that there are many issues in the papers, and more interesting issues that could have been highlighted. And one that is covered by the internet-based alternative media, of course, is the conspiracy swirling around the Attorney General and those apparent conspirators. Now, the former head of the CID has come out with a statutory declaration claiming that the Attorney General has been involved in some misdeeds. He sent that to Putrajaya, they didn't respond. He's now threatened to expose this very soon. So we watch to see if the newspapers actually carry that news. And the word for today is Ajaran Sesat, deviant teachings. That's all I have for you this morning on BFM's Morning Headlines. I'm Sharaad Kuttan and BFM 89.9.